Hi everyone, it's Jonathan from Smart Home Sounds, and if you haven't heard of us before, we're a home audio retailer who make videos like this so you can make more of an informed purchase decision about which speakers to buy. Now you might have noticed from the title that this is a slightly different upload to what we normally do, and we're going to be tackling one of the most frequently asked questions that we get asked, and that is, why are Sonos speakers more expensive than other speakers on the market? You may be wondering why we as a Sonos retailer would be highlighting the expensive price of Sonos. Well, it's because we understand that Sonos is not a right fit for everyone, and we wouldn't want to shoehorn you into a purchase decision that's not going to be perfect for you. So that's why we've also been adding more brands to our website, so we've got a greater selection of wireless speakers to choose from. What I do hope to do is instead break down some of the reasons why we think Sonos speakers are priced the way they are, drawing comparisons with other brands, and ultimately explaining to you why we think Sonos speakers are a good choice for a lot of people. After all, we have been selling them for 8 years now. So to give you some examples of the pricing of the Sonos range, you've got the Sonos One SL, which is the entry speaker to the range. It's voiceless, so it doesn't have any smart features. It's $179. Then you've got the voice-activated version of the Sonos One SL, the Sonos One, at $199. Now, if you compare this to the Amazon Echo 3rd generation or the Google Home, which are both $89.99, is quite a lot more expensive. And then you've got the Sonos Move, which is their portable speaker of the range, at $399. And finally, you've got their home cinema range, which starts from $399 for the Beam, going up to the Play Bar at $699. So it's fair to say that Sonos sits well and truly in the premium wireless speaker category. But if we take it back to their roots for just a second, let's explore why this might be. Sonos noticed a couple of problems back in the day of 2004 when people were using audio systems. The first problem was that there were just far too many cables strewn about the place. They were fiddly to use and the systems took up large amounts of space. Now, it seemed like the term wireless was just unheard of in that time. Now, the second problem was that you had to have a different audio system for every room of your home. You weren't able to just freely roam around your home and listen to the same music everywhere at the same time. Sonos were the creators of multi-room audio, and with their first ever product, the ZP100, this allowed users to listen to the same stream of audio on multiple players wirelessly. Over the years, they then started to release their all-in-one wireless speakers, which combined high-quality audio with the ability to listen to the same stream of music everywhere or different streams of music in different rooms. And all they needed was mains power and an internet connection, and then everything can be controlled from the Sonos app wirelessly in the palm of your hand. Despite many supposed Sonos killers in the meantime, they were able to shrug off the competition and still remain the leaders in this sector. Now, to give you an example, 70% of all soundbar sales under £500 remain to be the Sonos Beam. What's interesting is that while Sonos were the first to create multi-room audio, some other brands have actually priced it a little bit higher than Sonos. So for example, we've got the Apple HomePod, which is priced £150 more than the Sonos One, at $349 on the HomePod and $199 on the Sonos One. You've also got the newly released Bowers & Wilkins Formation range, which starts from $399 for their Formation Flex, for their most compact speaker. As with anything, there are reasons why these speakers are priced the way they are, but I wanted to get across the fact that Sonos are not the most expensive brand in their category. So now we're going to move on to what makes Sonos different from cheaper multi-room products in the category. And we're going to find out where your extra money is going. We think there are 3 defining strengths that Sonos embody as a brand. And they are usability, sound quality, and longevity. So let's cover these 3 things now. So let's start off with usability. Now, as I'm sure you're already aware, Sonos use an app to control your speakers, as well as some other methods as well. Its decade and a half worth of experience definitely shines through, and you can definitely see where the Sonos app is a little bit more intuitive and simpler to use than other brands in the category. Now, this is not just my opinion, this is based on many product reviews and conversations we've had with our own customers, and how they're able to do this is deliver you free software updates to all existing customers over time. So it means that the speaker that you buy today will get smarter and smarter over the years to come. What's also great about the Sonos app is that it supports the largest choice of music streaming services currently available. So that includes things like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and the list goes on and on. There's about 100 different streaming services that Sonos support. They've also been able to add native app control. So if you're a Spotify subscriber or Google Play Music subscriber, you can open those respective apps and get the music playing on your Sonos speaker without even needing to open the Sonos app. Finally, for those people that have Apple devices, you can take advantage of AirPlay 2 on certain Sonos speakers, bypassing the Sonos app completely. One of the most impressive software updates that we've seen this year is that all existing users of the Sonos One and the Sonos Beam could use Google Assistant as an alternative to Amazon Alexa via a free software update at no additional cost to you. So this is all testament to the ambition by Sonos to remain an agnostic platform, instead of maybe shoehorning you down a specific route and keeping you locked within their walled gardens. So whichever voice assistant you prefer, Google or Alexa, Sonos gives you the choice. So what I'm trying to get across is that you don't have to buy a new product every year just to take advantage of the latest features. You can have them delivered to you via a free software update. So if we hold that thought for just a moment, let's compare this with something like the Amazon Echo range, being one of Sonos's biggest competitors. So here I have the first generation Amazon Echo Dot in my hand, and I purchased this for myself 2 years ago, and already it's been replaced twice, with this being the latest generation at the time of filming this video, the third generation. Now, I already feel out of touch with this seemingly ancient device, and if I continued to buy the new replacements every year, I'd be looking at around spending £150 in total. Now, this is well on its way to purchasing a Sonos One speaker, which I wouldn't have to replace every year, and it's got a choice of 2 voice assistants, Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa, and also it gives a much better sound quality than these 2 speakers. Another great thing to mention is that when Sonos decided it was going to integrate voice control, they also thought about their existing customers who might have owned speakers with no microphones built in. So for example, the Play 5 Generation 1, which we have here, we use in our warehouse still today. And since the update, you can actually use an Echo Dot and ask Alexa or Google Assistant to play music on this 10-year-old speaker, so that's absolutely fantastic. Sonos are not in a cyclical industry, unlike Apple iPhones, for example. So I've got the iPhone 6 here and the iPhone 11 here. Now, there were 4 years in between when they were released, so you had the iPhone 6, the 7, the 8, the X, and then the 11, all with more features built in. But in return, you had to constantly invest in them every year to get the new features. Now, the difference with Sonos is that, of course, they don't want to be in that mindset. They would rather update your original speaker that you purchased originally and constantly update it over software updates, thus improving your investment over time. With Sonos, you do pay a little bit more upfront compared to other speakers, but we see that more as future-proofing. You're not going to need to replace your speaker the next year because it will be able to automatically update itself with the latest software updates and helping to keep your speaker as smart as possible. That's why the average life cycle of a Sonos product is 7 years. Now, as with all tech products, they do come to an end eventually and will be replaced by the latest model. While Sonos do try and keep your speaker as up to date as possible with software updates, sometimes the latest hardware does need a new model. For example, you can't put a microphone in a Play 1 without them making a new model. But that's not to say that that old Play 1 will not still be working in 10 years down the road. It will still be a speaker and you can still enjoy listening to music on it. As a society, I think we're all guilty of spending a little too much money on the latest tech, myself included. But I think I can actually say that Sonos was one of my cheapest tech investments because of how long the products have lasted. The failure rate of Sonos is also extremely low, which is why we can confidently provide a 6-year warranty, as so few speakers have unfixable problems. Another thing to mention is, of course, the sound quality, which Sonos have worked very hard on over the years. I'm not going to waste too much time saying how good the speakers sound because, of course, it is subjective. But if you do want to head over to some of the reviews on our product pages and just have a look at what people are saying, and you can see that they are enjoying the quality of their speakers. This is why we've recently added a 30-day Listen Better promise on all of our Sonos speakers, because we think you'll be impressed with the sound quality. But if you're not, then of course you can return them to us for a full refund. So who is Sonos not right for? Well, if you're after a cheap, portable, maybe Bluetooth speaker, then you may want to look at something like an Ultimate Ears Boom, for example. Similarly, on the other end of the scale, if you're a true audiophile and you maybe have big amplifiers and wired loudspeakers and stuff like that, then unless you're willing to compromise a little bit on the sound quality in exchange for the convenience of Sonos, then you may wish to keep hold of them. Or you could opt for something like the newly released Bowers & Wilkins Formation range, which is designed to give you wired sound with wireless convenience. I'll also point out that while Sonos has been designed to be used by anybody, you do still need a smartphone or a tablet to set the speakers up and install the latest software updates. Taking all that into consideration, Sonos really is for people who have an appreciation for great sound quality, but they maybe don't want to stretch as far as having large hi-fi separates that are all wired up. No speaker in the range sounds tinny or underpowered, and it's great maybe if you're looking to build up rooms over time and have it all centrally controlled in one convenient place. Ever since we started selling Sonos speakers in 2011, we've been able to follow them on their journey, and they're now at a stage where they're a great solution for a lot of people. Maybe they just don't know it yet. So that wraps up this video. Hopefully this has helped you understand what you get for your money with Sonos speakers and if they're going to be worth it for you. If they are, definitely check out our website or have a look at some of the other wireless speaker brands that we sell. What I'll do, I'll put all links to products that I've mentioned in this video in the description box below. Don't forget, we are a Sonos specialist, so if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to give us a call or reach out to us via the online chat or send us an email. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.